thank you for joining this session, and most of you have joined from across the globe, like from India, US, and from Europe as well. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon for those people. And this session will be like a demo session, mainly related to the data analysis, the prerequisites towards the journey to become a AI ML engineer, or towards the field. If you are interested to know more into AML and essence of AML in any industries, so this is the session which gives a higher level of knowledge, higher glance of knowledge on AI ML field. Okay, so let me share my screen. So I will come up. I will bring up my screen here. So we'll. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah. So this session is will take you towards the journey towards AI/ML and prerequisites. What is prerequisites? It's like a foundation for to become AI and ML, or Gen AI. If you are targeting for Gen AI or agentic AI, so this is the basics skill sets what you want to know. And coming to this one, next one, these are the topics what I'm going to take you today. So for example, I'll pick a company and different departments within that one, and how the analytics is being used in different departments or domain, and what are the modern application development, and I'm going to take you to path to become AIML engineer, and what are the commonly the data sources which are commonly used in different domains, and mainly the to become data analyst and data engineer, what are the skill sets, and apart from that skill set, you if you want to become AI ML engineer or into Gen AI or agentic AI, there are few more skill set which you have to upgrade, and the courses which I'm going to teach is related to this one: Python, SQL, and structured query language, Power BI, Advanced Excel, Power Query, and prompt engineering as well. Okay, so jobs which you can apply, and so we'll go on this one. Okay, so first coming to this one, I have picked. A company. Can you identify which company is this one? Anyone?
Vinay, your screen is not moving. Probably you can shift to the second slide.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I've moved this slide. I don't know why it is.
Probably we are seeing only the first slide.
Is it?
Yeah, you can try
reshare.
resharing your screen. Yeah.
One moment, let me reshare my screen. Huh? Okay, is it moving now?
Yeah, it's perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, can you name which company is this one? Probably everyone would have used
Amazon.
this. Yes, absolutely right. So I've taken example of this one. Okay, because everyone know about this one across the globe. Okay, so the thing is, so in this one, you can, if you are working professionals, you can take an example of your company, or if you are freshers, it's good to take this one. Okay. So in Amazon, in Amazon or in your company, what are the different departments you are aware of? For example, in Amazon, so this is the common different departments which are working. For example, like there will be operations and logistics, technology and engineering, retail and e-commerce, human resources department, legal and compliance, customer service, marketing and advertising, finance and accounting. So again, within that departments, there are other verticals within that, like center, supply chain management, and IT support, vendor care management, like that. Okay, so you can imagine, you can take an example of your company and you can start comparing of that. Okay, for an layman example, I have picked this. Okay, so let's for each of the department. So uh, each of the department, this different engineers are required related to full stack developer, and front end developers, back end developers, testing engineers, cyber security professionals. Nowadays, the new technology like IoT, blockchain technologies have come up, and AIML engineers. Okay. So in earlier days, in the sense like about 10 years before, so they used to give the job postings for front end developers separately or back end developers. Now it has come as full stack developers, which the engineer will perform both the front end as well as the back end of that developers. Okay, developing work. Okay, for example, if you are a layman, if I know a few people are from the non-IT background, so I will explain in detail like what is front end and back end. So front end, if I take an example of Amazon app, so whatever you see at the front, it is developed by the front end developers. That is, we call it as user interface. Suppose if you are non-IT from mechanical or civil, so you might have seen the AutoCAD or Hypermesh or some other tools. Okay. So the whatever you see at the front, it is a user interface that is developed by the front end developers, and back end developers, which are developed by the to connect to the servers. Back end server are nowadays the cloud. Okay. So this and for this back-end developers or front-end developers, these are the different skill sets are required. For example, HTML, CSS, Node.js, React.js, like that. And for back-end developers, so these are the skill set they look into, like .NET, C Sharp, C++, Python, SQL Server, or cloud like Azure, GCP, like that. Okay. So this was the requirement for about 10-15 years before they use specifically rise a job posting related to front end developers and back end developers. Nowadays, they prefer for full stack developers. Full stack developers, you will be aware of both front end as well as the back end. Okay. So this is the requirement of full stack developers. They in that case, in full stack developers, they will be having a more mostly like back end developers will have more need more knowledge on the coding part. Okay. And then coming to testing engineers, they will be testing once the software has been developed. So they are going to give the use cases for that, and then they are going to test whether the software is performing well or not. If I click a button, whether it is giving whether it is taking you to the right option or not. Okay, that one done by the testing engineers. Of course, this is for full stack developers used for web development as well, web app development, or Android app or iOS developers as well. So if you may ask me what is the difference between web app, Android developers, or iOS developers. So web app, in the sense, when you open any app, any sites within the websites, in the laptop or in computers, that is web app development. Okay. So if you open your app in the mobile. So that is Android. Either it will be in Android or in iOS. Okay, so this is the actually the background of the how the software development will happen. Okay, so once the software is completely developed, once it is started to they are going to deploy to this one, this software either to the public or to the private. Okay, so for example Amazon, so for example let me pick one department like operations and logistic. So this leader from this operations and logistic, he will come raise a request. Okay, I need the web app, so give me a develop a front end and back end for this. So he will give the inputs for that, and then so the front full stack developer will develop the software for that operations and logistic team. Okay, so once it is developed, so again there is a question of how the security of that one, how where the data should be stored, whether they in the data governance they have to mention clearly that whether it should be stored in the SQL server or cloud, or even if it is saved in the cloud, how the security of data security of that. Then it comes the cyber security professionals. Okay, so they will look into the data, how they will protect the data within their system, so that it is not affected from external threats. No one should hack the system. So like that, these people will come into picture, cyber security professionals. So once this operations and logistic, now you understood that okay, that software has developed, cyber security people has protected the software, and it will go for public or private. Public in the sense, it will go for public in the sense any from the outside, it will give it to outside environment, so that is public. And private in the sense within the team they are going to use that one. Okay, suppose you might have if you are working professionals, and if you are working for a company, so you may see that uh, uh, some of the tools which is not exposed to outside world. Okay, so that are private softwares, private tools they have developed within the that particular team. Okay, so that one again, that is developed by full stack developers as well as cyber security professionals. And later this, now the AI/ML engineer coming to picture. So once everything is ready, now the software is ready, cyber security has given, cyber security professionals has given the security for that one. Now everything is ready. So they data keeps on coming now. They started adding the data, the end user starting doing the transactions on that one, daily transactions on the tool. So the data is started to piling up inside the SQL platform or cloud platform. Okay, so that one, once it is the data is piling up, then comes the data analyst, data engineers, or AI engineers, or ML engineers, generative AI engineers, agentic AI engineers. Okay, so here, so he will pick this data, whichever stored inside this SQL server or cloud, he will pick that, and he is going to do the automation on that, or he is going to do the prediction of on that, or based on the requirement. If it is daily routine transactions or routine, if you are communicating daily chatting with the customer, so you have to develop the GenAI bot, or you can automate completely using the agentic AI platform. Okay, so this is the high level explanation I have provided to you. So you can stop me if you are getting confused. You can stop me anytime. I will give the explanation again. Okay, as in layman explanation of this one. Okay, any doubts, any questions?
Nothing from my end.
Okay, So like that, so each of the department will have their own tools or tools like for developed by full stack developers, and data is going to accumulate, and then again there is a requirement for data analyst, data engineers, like that. Okay, coming to this one, so I have come across many people asking me the question like, what is the difference between data analyst, data engineer, AI engineer, ML engineer, like that. Okay. So first of all, to become data scientist or ML engineer, you have to have a at least fair foundation of this mathematics, statistics as well. Okay, and programming. Of course, many people scare that okay, we need to do the heavy coding, just like a software developers. Don't think the software developers they need to learn more coding knowledge. Okay, here data analyst or data engineers, it is much like whatever the Excel you are going to use. Okay, in Excel you might have used some if functions like some if, count if. Okay, same thing you are going to use in SQL or in Python. Okay, so coming to data analyst, so what? See, about a couple of years back, the data analyst role was completely only related to Power BI. Okay, they were specifically mentioning, okay, you should be strong enough in Power BI, like that. Nowadays, the requirement has increased, and if you see the job description, so they will ask everything. They expect Power BI, SQL, Excel, and Python, and even in statistics as well. Okay, so like that. So basically, once you get into the company, so this is what you are going to do. They will pick the data from different sources, like the sources may be in Excel or SQL. They are the data sources, okay, where the data is going to sit. Okay, from there you are going to pick it up and do the analyze the data of that one. Okay, so analyze the data in the sense you are going to do the cleanup activity, you are going to add the missing, fill the missing values within that. Okay, and once the everything data is cleaned up, you do data massaging, everything. So you generate the reports from that one, and you create the uh, data visualization in Power BI. Okay, so this is the role of data analyst. Okay, so mostly the he will have data analyst is going to handle with the smaller data, like mostly as Excel itself. Okay, and sometimes he will go for SQL database. Okay, so he has to connect with the SQL, write the login, get into SQL database in the using the login credentials what they have client is going to provide, and then write a SQL query within that and pull the data into Excel, then connect back to the Power BI. That's the role of data analyst. Okay, coming to data engineer. So here, mostly he will work with huge data. Data in the sense like data will be sitting in different cloud platforms like Azure, AWS, or Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so there the data sits in the different like platforms like data warehouses or database. Okay, in the cloud itself there are variety of platforms within that database, data warehouse, or data lakes, like that. Okay, so there you are going to connect the data from Python, using Python or programming or SAS programming. And then you are going to, once you connect that, you do the same operations, just like what you did in data analyst role. Okay, you do the same like web scraping, data scraping, and then and then data messaging within that. And then once the data is cleaned up, so you are going to create a separate table within that the cloud. Okay, so then you are going to pull that data set into Power BI platform, and then you are going to create the dashboards within that. Okay, so that's the, I mean, in as a layman language, I can say that data analyst is going to mainly work with the smaller data, like mostly into, if you are working for an supply chain, or if you are working for logistics or aerospace, the data will be very small, usually in terms of Excel. Maximum records will be around 3 lakh to 5 lakh records within that. Okay. So coming to data engineer, the count of that records, okay, will be more, around 10 million to 50 million records. Sometimes it will go up to petabytes, that is around 100 million or 150 million records as well. Okay, so you should be strong enough in SQL and Python to handle that data. Okay. So more or less, the data analyst and data engineer role will be same, but only difference is the amount of data what you are going to handle. Okay. So coming to next, the data scientist role. So here it comes the data statistics, mathematics. Okay, so you have to know at least some basics of statistics, like what is probability, accuracy, precision, recall. These are the different terminologies we use in data scientist role. Okay, so once your data is ready, once you upload, once you do the cleanup everything, okay, you push it back to the uh, tables. So you are going to bring that table into Python environment, Python or PySpark environment in Azure Databricks, like that, and then you are going to apply the different algorithms for that. Okay, so there you are going to apply, mostly it will be like scikit-learn. Scikit-learn comes for the mostly different algorithms within the this scikit-learn library. Okay, pandas, numpy are different libraries. We have what we do. Okay, pandas and numpy, again we are going to use it in data analyst and data engineer as well. Okay, here the major difference is the statistics which we apply to this one. Okay, data scientist means applying science to that data. Okay, you are applying the science to that data. What is science? Science is a combination of maths and physics. Okay, so you are going to apply that maths into this data to find the predictive models. Okay, so that one. And next comes the AI ML engineer. So this is just another next upper version of data scientist. What they do? So they do the same thing with pandas, numpy, scikit-learn. Okay, and they use this TensorFlow, PyTorch. Okay, along with the cloud platforms. Okay, so this TensorFlow and PyTorch majorly used for neural networks. Okay. Okay, so majorly used for neural networks and deep learning, which again falls under the deep learning architecture, like CNN, RNN, LSTM, transformers. Okay, ML algorithms. Again, these ML algorithms will be used by data scientist and ML engineer as well. Okay, ML algorithms like linear regression, decision trees, random forest, SVM. Okay, so SVM stands for support vector method. These are the different methods, algorithms, what we are going to use to predict the model in ML algorithm. So deep learning is majorly for like what we majorly used for NLP or OpenCV. Okay, NLP in the sense natural language processing. Okay, and so once your model is developed, so you are going to deploy that using the different APIs like Flask, Fast API, okay, Docker, Cloud, okay, like that. And the goal is to build and deploy the intelligence systems using the machine learning and deep learning. Okay. So finally, we are going to automate complex tasks and enhance user experience through intelligent applications. Okay. Automate in the sense, so nowadays you might have heard in the market that agentic AI. Okay. Agentic AI is nothing but automating the complex task or automating the uh, creating a bots within that and creating the workflow of that so that every most of the tasks will be automated. Okay, so let me go back to this department. Now you understand, I mean, I've explained how, for example, I picked the operation logistic department. So how the leader is going to give the requirement. So based on the requirement, full stack developer is going to develop the software or tool for particular team. And then once it is done, the cybersecurity professionals, he will give the um, he will protect the data so that there is no external threat. And next is to continue why this data analysis or AML is required is to understand the emotions of the people, to understand the how people reacts to their product. Okay, that's the reason. So they will go for AI ML or that's the reason this AI and ML engineers, there is a high demand for these people. Okay. Is it clear now, or should I explain any doubts in this one? I know there are few freshers over in the class in the meeting. You can ask me few questions. So if you have.
Hi, Vinay. I'm Nagaraj here.
Yes, Nagaraj.
And just a couple of questions. Like, how should we identify like what setup will be used or being used at my organization or my application for these data storages? Like, how generally how should I identify like what will be the setup, whether it's a cloud based or SQL based?
Okay.
How will there be any like how do we know that?
Okay. Okay. Good question. So thing is, for that one, even if I'm working for a company, if I'm working for using some web tool within my team, so normally anyone who are end users, they definitely don't know what the backend which programming language they have used, like Python, SQL Server, or Cloud, like that. So in that case, it's normally you have to go to the technical team who has developed that tool, and you can ask them what are the basically what is the what are the tool, what are the skills, what are the uh, mm, skill, or what is the databases they have used. Okay, so they can give more idea on that one. So each of the company or each of the department will use based on their requirement. So they will use different uh, uh, platforms like SQL or cloud. It depends on how convenience of that particular team. So for your question, you can go back to the technical team who has developed that tool, and you can inquire with that people. So normally, no, they will not disclose. I'm sure. So when you should go and if they disclose, that's well and good. Okay. So normally either this only, Either nowadays they are going to use cloud platform, so it will be either Azure, GCP, or AWS. Okay, these are common for front end. HTML, CSS are most common thing. So yeah, that's all. So did I answer your question?
Yes, Vinay. Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other things for freshers? I'm just I want to check with the freshers because they are more scared to ask the questions. Okay. Don't be afraid. You can come up with some questions. I know you will have a lot of questions. Though, so it should be interactive session, I expect.
So Vinay, just to put it like this, the full stack developers or front end and back end, these three categories falls under development stage.
Correct.
And then development stage or production stage. And then when it
Correct.
comes to testing engineers, they are going to test the quality of the software that have been developed by the developers. Okay,
Correct.
it's a quality phase. And then
Correct.
the security point will be taken care by, or the access point, all those things will be taken care by the cybersecurity professionals.
Correct.
So then it comes to analyzing the information, like how the data, I mean, in case of future predictions, right? Like how, like you mentioned about the emotions of the people, or it's anything related to predictions about how the data is, the transactional data is going to help them to get some insights, which is related to the future corrections or amendment or updates in the software, or what kind of additional thing that can be given to the customer, which is related to the software. So those insights is being developed by the data analytics team, which includes everyone, like from data analytics, data engineer, AI, ML, and I think data scientist. So only thing is the levels of data handling and the complexity of the data. So that defines the 4 different roles, right? That's what you're saying. Okay.
That's true. That's true. You're right. Absolutely right. And see why there. And one more point I want to add here. So here, why the cybersecurity professionals or AIML professionals are highly paid is because they are going to work on the confidential data of that company. Okay, you might be knowing that if the data is leaked out to outside people, so it may damage their the credibility of that company. Okay, so that easily they can the competitors can pick it up, and easily they can they can give with them competitive prices, or they can utilize that data like anything. Okay, so nowadays like it happens like that. That's the reason this cybersecurity professionals and AIML engineers are highly paid nowadays. And of course, full stack developers as well. I don't deny that full stack developers, they're highly paid. Okay, so these front end developers and back end developers, they are I can see earlier days, like about 10 years before, they used to see the job posting as specifically for front end developers or back end developers. Okay, nowadays that is ruled out. They call it as full stack developers. They want the people who know both front end as well as the back end. Okay, so easily they can put him into back end or front end like that. Okay, so that's the thing. And coming to data analytics, so data analytics is a higher umbrella. Under that, these different roles. Okay, it's analytics is a bigger umbrella. Under that, data analyst, data engineer, and data scientist, AIML engineer, it falls into. Okay. Okay. So hope I'm clear. If you have any questions, you can stop me. Let me move. Yeah, let me move to next slide. Okay, so this is nothing but this slides is nothing but a analytics performed in different domains. Okay, you might whatever the field you might be working. You can this one you can imagine you can take an example of your company or department. So there will be a definitely either there will be some or the other way they will be doing analytics, either maybe finance, banking, supply chain, IoT, sensor analytics, e-commerce. Okay, so social media analytics, and this is not exhaustive. So there, like nowadays, the quick commerce is picking up very fast. Like quick commerce, like Blinkit or Zepto, they are picking up very fast in the Indian market. So this quick commerce and fintech industry, and of course the gaming industry. Okay, gaming industry recently it has been banned in India, but these industries are very highly paid industries. No, even Google and Meta or no companies will pay like that. Okay, so these are highly paid industries. Okay, fintech, gaming industries, and quick commerce industries. Okay, and of course the pharmaceuticals as well. Coming to next one. So yeah, so now you understood that how the what is the role of the full stack developer and cyber security professionals and AIML engineers like that. So coming to this, so this one is the, if you go to any of the company, if you pick any of the company, so they will be one or the other way they will be using this data sources. These are the data sources in the sense the where the data is going to sit. Okay, so either some people may be using Azure cloud or Google cloud. Okay, it depends on team to team as well. Okay, some team may be using the Azure. Some teams may be using Google. Okay, based on their convenience, based on their decisions from the leadership. So they decide okay which platform they have to use. Okay. So in earlier days, we were using SQL Server or MySQL like that. So MySQL Server and MySQL are on-premises servers. So on-premises in the sense the servers used to sit in the same. Used to, it's a physical server. We used to place it in the same building. Okay. Suppose if you are working for a company IBM, so they will be having a server within that building itself. Every time they used to use the login credential to access that database, data servers and access the database within that one. Okay. So now after the new technology like cloud came into picture about 6-7 years before. So then everything is managed by data centers, which is owned by Azure, Google, or Amazon. Okay, and there are other clouds as well. Okay, so majorly these are the three cloud platform are the big players. Okay, and that too major share is been held by has been held by Amazon, AWS, and Azure. Okay, so so within this cloud, we will have SQL Server as well. We will have SQL Server as well, and data warehouses as well, and data lakes. The concept of data lakes came into picture, and concept of Delta Lake also came into picture. CSV, okay, CSV, JSON, Excel. We can also place it in the cloud. Okay. And of course, the SAP enterprises, they will be having their own data sources. Okay. Again, for developing the SAP, we need the full stack developers, cyber security professionals. Again, they do analytics like that. Okay. Okay, so these are again in detail data sources across multiple fields. So Azure Data Lake, Google Cloud, AWS, Redshift, GCP file store, Azure Blob storage. Blob is nothing but the text files. Okay, whatever you open the text files, right? TXT files in the Excel, sorry, in operating system. So they are called blob storage in the Azure. So same thing we call different names in the GCP or AWS. Okay. So there is some more concepts like NoSQL as well. Okay, all these SQL or MySQL are structured form, and there is some more concepts like NoSQL, like which is again the in Google we call it as cloud data store, cloud big table. So this is how you are going to handle the data. Data is stored in the different sources, and you have to pull the data from there, do all the cleaning, massaging, everything, and then you have to do the prediction of that one. Okay. So coming to now you understood that the what are the data sources of that. Normally we normally the how the data is stored. And coming to next is what are the skill set required to become data analyst or data engineers? Of course, this skill set is must required for AI engineers as well. Whether you go for Gen AI or agentic AI, this is a must skills. Okay, what are those? Either Python. Why Python? It's a usually just like it's very easy to learn a language, and just like this whatever we speak English, right? So same thing we can write it in Python. Okay, most easiest language. Okay, and then Scala, and majorly this one Scala, R programming, SAS programming. Okay, and then next is SQL. These are the programming things used for pull the data, do cleaning up, massaging, handling the missing data, like that. So and once everything is ready, so we are going to push it back into the SQL server, creating a new table, creating a cleaned table, and that clean table is pulled back into Power BI or Tableau, and we are going to push it, create a data visualization from that. Okay, so Power BI, Tableau, ClickSense, ClickView are same thing, majorly mostly used for data visualization, and from different companies. Okay, I suggest to use go with Power BI. Why? Because it's a product of Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft. So most of the companies use the Microsoft products. Okay, so that's the reason it's good to learn Power BI. And yeah, this thing. And coming to last one is PySpark. Suppose if your data is too huge, okay, too huge in the sense like 100 million or 200 million records, so then it is very difficult to handle that data in Python. Okay, so then in that case we must go for PySpark. Some of you might know about, might have heard about the Hadoop. Earlier, they used for they were using the platform like Hadoop. Okay, so that one majorly used for big data analysis. Okay, so now the Hadoop is ruled out. Okay, so that is been replaced by PySpark. Okay, Spark stands for Spark is from company Apache Spark. Okay, and then this using this Spark, the Python has been we are going to use this Python API within the Spark to do the cleaning up activity, or to do the uh, to create the ML models. Okay. Otherwise, if your data is less, so we are going to use Python or SQL, SAS or programming like that.
When I just one question, just to get a feeler, like how these tools, each of these tools will be different. Like they'll have different like learning sequence or syntaxes. Uh, I don't come from an that like programming
Okay.
kind of background. So
Okay.
whether it will be easy, like if I learn Python, I'll be able to easily adapt to other tools, or how is it? Yes, wanted to know.
Okay, got it. See, one thing, if you Python is easier than all other things. Okay, Scala, R, SAS, SQL. Okay, so that's Python. I can say like normally most of you have used Excel. Okay, you in the Excel itself hardly max to max it comes only 20 commands, 20 functions you are going to use like some if count if, okay, or subtotals, or doing the writing the creating the pivot tables within that one. Same operations, same 20 functions you are going to use in Python for only data analysis perspective. I'm talking about using Python. We can create the software development also, web development also. I'm not talking about that libraries. Okay, that is huge coding required. But coming to only data analysis, you required only very few minimal coding language just to handle the data. Okay, that once if you are aware of that syntaxes or commands, this one, you can switch to any of the domain. If you are working for a pharmaceutical, you can switch to supply chain to aviation to some other XYZ domains. But handling that syntax will be same. Just like in Excel, sum if, count if will remain same if you change your domain from finance to supply chain or HR domain. It remains same, right? So same thing in Python, it's the same. Okay, and coming to the coding part, it's much more easier than these things. Okay, no need to learn all the languages. Okay, Python is universal language. Okay, so universally, globally, they are going, most of the company, if you pick 100 companies, around 75 companies are using Python itself. Why they will go for Python? So they will easily identify the replacement of that candidate. If the particular employee resigns, so easily they can hire the new candidate, and so that their work won't hamper. Okay, that's the reason most of the company will go for Python, and easy to learn as well. Okay.
Thanks, Vinay.
Okay, yeah, great. And coming to this one, so these are the, again I filter it out again from this one. There are a lot of tools like this. Again, I have filtered. So what is a must to learn to become a data analyst or data engineers or AML engineers? If you go to any of the company, if you are giving interviews for agentic AI or Gen AI also, they will definitely ask the questions on Python, NumPy, Pandas, SQL. Definitely they will ask. Okay. Because without this, they can't do the agentic AI or Gen AI. That's for sure. Okay. So this is most common thing. Python. There are few commands within just about 10, 15 syntaxes. You have to learn that on Python. And again, the pandas. Pandas is mainly used for just like you do in Excel, like some if, count if, like that. So same thing, creating the pivot tables, right, in Excel. So same thing you can do in pandas as well. And NumPy is basically used for creating the arrays statistics, creating the like finding the mean, average, like that. So SQL again, why to learn SQL? Because suppose it depends on your what the team you are going to support. Suppose if in your team If you are supporting, if your client expects, okay, I don't want Python to work, I use my team is only interested, my company is only interested in SQL. Everyone does the work in SQL. I don't want to change it to Python now. Okay. So use SQL only. Then you are going to do all the cleanup activity, everything in the SQL only. Okay. That's the reason learning this Python, NumPy, SQL is important. And of course, the Power BI as well. So this is why Power BI. This is the end product what you are going to show it to the leadership. Okay. So leadership is least bother about which algorithm you have used, which predictive models which ML models you have used. Okay. They are only interested about month on month revenues. Okay. So final dashboards, they will look only this one, Power BI. They will look only the output of that, whether the profit margin is increasing on month or not. Okay. That's the thing. And of course, Power Query is a part of Power BI and Power Pivot as well. Advanced Excel I'm going to teach. And prompt engineering, prompt engineering, nothing much. Most of you might have used already the ChatGPT. In that, whatever the prompts you are going to give, it is called as prompt engineering. But prompt engineering is way of giving structured prompts. Prompts in the sense like writing a detailed prompts within that ChatGPT. It will easily identify that and throw the output. Okay, that is nothing but prompt engineering. Okay, so which I'm going to teach along with these tools as well. To data visualization, either in Tableau or Power BI, this is what end leadership is interested in. Okay, this is what they are interested, whether the how many leads you have got, how many opportunities were there, what is the revenue it has generated. Okay, any new ideas it has been generated, when you value creations you have done, or in team has done any value creations, what is the worth of that values, like that they want to see only in this dashboard. Okay. Yeah. So jobs you can apply after this course will be data analyst or data engineer. Okay. In data analyst, you have to, as I said, you have to learn all these skills now. About 5, 6 years back, they were asking only Power BI. Now for data analyst, they are asking everything now. This one. Okay. This is the job requirement in the current market. Okay. And of course, data engineer as well. Okay. So once you learn the Python, it is easy for you to learn the PySpark as well. If the data is huge, it's easy for you to learn the PySpark as well, handling the bigger data as well. Okay. The syntax is more or less same. So any doubts, any clarifications till now?
For the Power BI, what will be its alternate in the Google applications or something?
Power BI, yeah, I said it's the same like a Tableau, ClickSense, ClickView,
Okay.
like that. Okay, so these are alternatives. So you can develop the data dashboards in Tableau also. Thing is, I heard it's chargeable. This one, Tableau is chargeable, but Power BI, for you can get a free version until certain. I think 2 GB of data you can easily manage in the Power BI. Okay, so if it crosses, if data is crosses beyond that, then you have to go with either pro or premium version of that. Okay, only that is only your manager or leadership should approve for that if your data is crosses beyond that limit. Okay. Otherwise, the 2 GB data is enough. Okay. Power BI desktop.
Okay.
I will help you to download this Power BI desktop and as well as the SQL developer, a free version of that. Okay. And I'm going to explain about what are the different SQL commands, Python commands, syntaxes within that one. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. See, core skills in 2030. This has been published from World Economic Forum. So you can see here. So AI and big data. It is at the this one. This quarter. This quarter stands for the leadership quarter. So that means the whoever know these skill sets, okay, will be highly paid and most valued in by 2030. Okay, there will be high demand for these skill sets. Okay, so of course you can, these are emerging skills. You can see and the cyber security networking is also it's emerging now. Okay, so you might be seeing, you might have experienced, you might see some there is some scam going on, like they may hack by taking your OTP, access your data, and they may do the your they may transfer them amount from your bank to their account. So all this going forward, it will be reduced from cyber securities. Okay. Of course, most of the companies are still started to implement these cyber securities. Not all the companies I'm talking. Okay. And even this one, AI and big data, not all the companies are implemented. This one, they started to look into this aspect. Okay. So that's okay. Yeah, this is what I am planning in future. So I'm planning to introduce data science like mathematics, statistics, okay, and different algorithms which falls in machine learning, artificial intelligence, NLP, uh, and generative AI, and like agentic AI, like that. So, and of course, this is soft skills, which is much more needed, um, like stress management, how you project yourself, communication, okay, like how you open up, how you speak. So, this I'm planning to introduce in coming future. So, this is my plans. And of course, these are the companies. This is not exhaustive. This slide is not exhaustive, and you can apply for many companies, other companies as well. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Coming to the topics, what we are going to cover is this one, like advanced Excel, like pivot tables, data model, Power Pivot, VBA automation, just like a recording macros, and SQL, DDL, DML, and joins. And coming to Power BI, DAX functions, Power Query, M language, Python, the pandas, NumPy, def functions, def lambda functions. So this is in depth of contents what I'm going to cover. Of course, this is not exhaustive. I'm going to teach in depth the contents. Okay. So there are a lot more things to learn. Okay. Within this, it will take at least 4 to 5 months for you to complete. Okay. So yeah, it will be 4 months course. 4 months. It will go beyond 4 months as well. And mode of teaching will be online, and classes will be held on weekends itself. Okay. So that's all about this thing. Okay, is Mr. Krishnamurthy is the director of Elite Institute of Technology, Davangere, which I'm teaching under this institute. Okay, and these are they are the students of mine, and they have been placed in different companies. The Yeah, this is about myself. I'm have done my BTech and MTech, and then and I have also pursued my certification from IIT Guwahati. I've also worked with Airbus, Safran, and Collins Aerospace HCL, and I have around 17 plus years of experience, and yeah, this is about myself. Okay, I'm going to teach about Matplotlib, Seaborn as well. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I would very much appreciate a good response from you to my offer of providing succinct seminar on data analyst or data engineer. So if you want more information, want to inquire more, so you can drop a message, drop a WhatsApp to this number. So you can check more about this course, about the course timings and everything else. Okay. So yeah, with this, it's a very short demonstration about how the data being generated from different departments, different companies. Okay. So any questions from you guys? It's open for you guys now. You can ask me any questions. I'll answer that one.
So when I think a few of my, folks has some questions is about case studies, like when we are going through the, training, right? So probably in this course of training, are you gonna use some kind of a real, what is that, business cases or scenarios, real-time scenarios
Okay.
in your training course? So probably I think some of our folks are interested in that. Because right, that will be a differentiator between other trainers and your training, right? So
Correct.
that's how I think probably just you can try to tell about that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fine. So coming to the case studies, so I'm going to everything since I can't pick the data from my company or anything like that. So I can what I do, I just pick the data sets usually from Google itself. Okay, I go for Kaggle like that, and I go for that data, whether the supply chain data, banking data, finance data, I used to pick, and it will be like a real time case studies itself. Okay, same thing you are going to do in your real time projects. Okay, so I don't want to give a false commitment on that. Okay, I will give exactly the real time cases. Okay, so right. It's very difficult to. It's not right to bring all the data from the company and disclose here. It's even it will be confidential. So that's the reason I'm going to pick the data sets from the Google itself, and I will give hands-on experience on that one. Okay, it will be a real time only. Okay, whatever I explained in SQL, right? SQL or Python in this one. So these are the more you can take a snapshot of this. Okay, this you can check with any of them. Okay, these are the most common syntaxes they are going to use, whether you go for any of the data. Okay, any of the data sets or data sources, definitely they will go for subqueries, joins, window functions, or in Power BI DAX functions, measures, call this one. Definitely they are going to use this one. Okay, so no worries about that. I will give that. It will be a Google data sets, but it will be like in detailed explanation, not like I know I have asked many students, many colleagues. They have gone to many of the courses from upgrade or great learning like that. So they only teach the creamy layer of that topics. Okay, but definitely here it will be different thing. Okay, I just want to it's my commitment to give in detail knowledge on that one. Okay, so anything else?
Vinay, I think you have questions in the chat box. Can you please
Oh, is
answer
it?
that?
Okay, I just missed, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
This is okay. Okay, coming to Kaveshri's question. So, AIML engineers. Okay, AIML engineers definitely. So this is a foundation, like learning the SQL and Thor Python is a foundation for them. Okay, so definitely if you want to crack any interviews, so definitely 99% they will ask for Python and SQL questions. Okay, why Python and SQL questions? Because the data sits in the cloud itself. No? You have to know that syntax itself. Okay, so if you want to pull it back into any of the like Jupyter notebook or if you want to bring it, if you want to write a code on that, so the to write you, so you they have to they will definitely ask for these questions. Okay, and then AML, it's like it's a very huge. Apart from that SQL, Python, you have there are next versions. You have to upgrade on other things like there are few more open sources like Hugging Face, like that. So from that platform, you are going to import many other libraries to develop their own tools. Okay, so normally you might have seen, for example, recently it has been, it was trending, like creating AI videos. How they create the AI videos using that they will use the libraries from text to image, text to video generation libraries. Okay, from that libraries they write the prompts within that and then generate the videos. Okay, so how the tool has been developed by using Python itself. Backend they will write the Python syntaxes for that. Okay. Hope I answered your question, Kaveshri. If you are okay, you can type S. Okay. And what is next? Outside, so I can't this out. Linked company because I'm precious. Okay. Okay. Your question related to Pooja, I'm talking about your question. So this mainly the data analyst and data engineer's role is to do the cleanup activities. Okay, they will going to this cleaning up activities itself. See, suppose if you want to develop any ML models or AI models, okay, so 80% of your work will be on cleaning up itself. Only 20% is you are going to apply your you are going to pull the algorithm and okay from algorithm like other libraries like scikit-learn, and inside that whether the models from linear regression or decision trees, then you are going to then you are going to predict that one. That is only 20% of that one. Okay, doing the cleanup activity, it's a very huge task because I think some of the professionals, they've already seen the data. The data will be very cumbersome. Like the data will be, suppose, for example, in the layman example, if I say, so if you your name is Pooja Kapineshwar. So instead of writing Puja Kampeneshwar, they might write with the leading space or adding some hyphen in mid of your name, like that. So that is actually the cleaning up activities. Just an example I give. Okay, like that, there is a lot of things. The data will be cumbersome and it's very okay. So it's a very laborious work. Okay, so that's the reason data analyst and data engineers are must, and then knowing the Python skill sets is required for that. Okay, apart from that, so once the data is cleaned, you are going to train your models, train your data sets by applying the algorithm, by pulling the algorithm into that, and then create the ML models. And then once the ML models is created, you are going to check for different accuracy, precision, and recall. Okay, that are the different terms what we use for ML, machine learning. And then once that is satisfied, then you are going to deploy it to the public. Okay, so this is what the actual process is. Okay, hope I explained your question as well. And coming to next question from Gautam. Can you send a small project to start applying what I learned as? Okay, as a data analyst, it's majorly on pre-processing. Okay, so as I said to the Pooja earlier, so it's like a pre-processing of the from the data sources. Okay, so pre-processing itself, it is kind of it is going to be like most time-consuming activity. Okay, so they may hire you as AI engineer, but you have to, in any of the startup company, if you go, they may hire you as a AI engineer, but thing is you have to perform the pre-processing as well. You have to go to the data sources, pull it back, pull into Python platform, and then you have to clean. Okay, and then once it is cleaned, then you have to split the data into train, test. Okay, and then you have to train the data sets, and then so these are the different things. These are the pre-processing activities what you are going to do. That is the data analyst is going role of data analyst or data engineers. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Can you suggest some small project that we can put in resume and also for work? Okay. Yeah. Majorly, Pooja, for you, I suggest you for this. Majorly, as I answered to you earlier question, like you can see in project, in the sense, I know as a freshers you will be having you don't have exposure to the industries. Okay, exposure companies, in the sense, if you go for a startup company, you will work for a from end to end, from taking the data from data source and developing, cleaning, and training, testing, and predicting and deploying. Okay, from end to end. Okay, if you go to some other companies, okay, for example, if you go to Infosys, so work will be divided. Okay, so they call it as that as a project. Okay, so it's up to you to consider that project like small project. If you pick only like data processing itself, you can showcase in your project. Okay, you have done the data processing by pulling the data from Excel, doing the cleaning up activity, and then that is also one project. Or you can put one more project like okay, data already there was data processed from data set, and I pulled that one, and then I splitted that into train and test data, and I applied the algorithm for that one. Okay, and predicted this models. Okay, that is one thing. Or you can pick already created as ML models. Okay, and you can check the accuracy of that or precision of that, and you can apply some other algorithm for that one, and you can check what is the accuracy for that. You can improve the accuracy and showcase that project. Okay. So you can like that you can show in your resumes. Okay. Yes, Gautam, you have a question.
Yeah, sir. One last question. Sir, are there any common mistakes beginners make in CSS or JS when building portfolios that I should avoid? Like I'm currently trying to make a portfolio with resume. So struggling with CSS and JS to make it more innovative, sir.
Oh, okay. So coming to this one, portfolios. See, I suggest some tips for you because I'm not from software background. Okay, I'm purely into. I'm from basically. I will introduce myself like as a non-IT guy transformed into data engineer, data scientist like that. Okay. So thing is, try to develop a website of your own using a very simple. Nowadays it is very creating a website is very simple. It takes hardly half an hour, 1 hour to you. Okay, don't worry about the CSS. So CSS or HTML. If you are focusing only on the software development, then you can think of that one. Okay, suppose if you are interested in AI ML, okay, so don't worry about that. Create a simple there are a lot of open sources. You can go and create your website there. Okay, and you can put all your professional or career achievements. Okay, so you can copy, you can use that link to your resume. That is one thing. And second thing, just update your LinkedIn profiles. Keep upgrading and keep taking the courses, taking the training, upgrade yourself. Okay, so keep up to date your LinkedIn profiles. So that's how. And third most is for you guys. So for all the freshers, I'm telling you. So use the GitHub. Okay, GitHub is a open source. So where you can whatever the projects you have performed, you just add into GitHub. Okay, so give a link to the in your resumes. Okay, so the whenever they call it for interviews, this is a additional points or additional. It will give a positive impact when they see your resume. Okay, so one is create a website and LinkedIn profile, and other is GitHub. Okay, the more projects you add into GitHub, so more they will have a good opinion on your resume. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So one more thing that you have to be clear in your mind that whether you have to go into full stack developer or cybersecurity or AIML. Okay, if you are open to AIML, this is the course. Okay, if you are full stack, if you are focusing on full stack, okay, so that is a different thing. Okay, the skill sets are required different one. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So one more question. Actually, I'm replying to. PyTorch and deep learning. Can you suggest is mandatory topic to get a job in? Okay, data science. Okay, see, for your question, Pooja, see, PyTorch and deep learning is mostly comes under AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, so that one I don't say it is mandatory, but good to learn. Okay, of course, this is bit confusing topic. PyTorch and deep learning is confusing topic because it uses the neural networks to for that one. Okay, so if you learn that, it's well and good, but that is not the obstacle for your this thing, because since you are fresher, they won't expect you that you must know PyTorch or deep learning, but they will expect you definitely to crack the interview. They will definitely expect Python or SQL. Okay, that is a mandatory skill set you should have. Okay, once you get into a company, then PyTorch or deep learning you can learn easily. Okay, as you get into a company, so they will not on the first day itself. They definitely will not give, okay, create a neural network for me or inside the PyTorch. Okay, they won't give like that. They will ask you with small project. Initially, they will assign some project, smaller project to you. Once you are get well versed into that, then they will keep giving some other project which you can upgrade on real time. Okay, that's how. So that it is not mandatory, but good to learn. Okay, guys. So any other questions?
Vinay, just like what will be the mode of learning for these classes? Like whether there will be some exercises, assignments,
Hey,
or
yes, yes.
sources to explore or something.
Yeah,
And second thing, what would be the duration of these classes on the weekends and the timings for these classes?
See, timings, see, as of coming to your question, like it will be weekend classes only. It won't be weekdays. Okay. So it will be weekend classes and duration. So since the course will be in detailed one. Okay. So it will be minimum 4 months. Okay. Minimum 4 months. I need your commitment on this one. Okay. Every weekend. Okay. So that's the thing. And the timings as of now, I'm thinking in the evening at the same time. So let's decide once. I'll drop a message in a WhatsApp group. Okay. So if everyone okay with that timings, then I prefer to take morning India time. Okay. So let's decide. Okay, your timings are since many of them are joining from US as well. So I need to rethink on that timings. Okay, we'll I will communicate in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So any other questions, guys? So if you are keen and if you are interested to join this course, hope I share you took the snapshot of that, or you can reach out to that number and you can check out more details. Okay, on that one about the course duration, and if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, in that call itself. Okay, so yeah, that's all. Hope there are no questions, or if you have some questions, you can let me know.
Thank you, Vinay. Thanks for the session.
Okay, okay, yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.